event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural tastes, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payments, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sonia from She Say Sports. Make sure to check us out every Friday morning at 9 a.m. on Black College Sports Network, YouTube, and Linktree. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page.
What up? What up? What up?
What up,
Y'all like
DVP?
that? It's 6 o'clock, and guess who's here? So I ain't even at the color right now. I'm a businessman. I figured out all the commercials and everything. It's 12. It ain't 12 o'clock. It's the 12th of February, 2025. Damn, it's February already. 6 o'clock on the East Coast. Welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. Today it's just gonna be me and my troublemaking, smooth talking with the innocent look Mo. I thought he was gonna be the peacemaker in the group, but Mo, he took his application back and updated and put the real stuff on there. You know, when I got him to come here, I thought he was gonna be like the good angel. You know what they say, man? The best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. So we done already strayed off, and it's just February. So, hey, we got to do what we do. So here we are. How the hell was your week, brother?
Hey, it's good, man. I can't complain. I'm still here talking to you, ain't I?
That's what's up. And I tell people, man, complaining is a gift that many don't get. So don't worry about it. I mean, hey, that's something to be grateful for. It's many people who can't complain. So I'm taking advantage of all of this. All of it.
That's heavy, man. That's heavy.
So let me just go on and get my quick monologue in as we're gonna talk about some things. Part of this show today is gonna be about code of communications, and for lack of a better word, you smart colored people, because you nigresses and nigresses is irritating me. Y'all making my ass itch. So as we get into this, I'm gonna go ahead and give Mo a disclaimer until he jump on this boat that he don't agree with everything that I say. I know he don't, but sometimes, unfortunately, when I want to say something, I want to be pulled back. Wow. Mo got the rod and reel to pull me back, but then he just sit it down and he don't even hit the little safety latch. So I just keep going to the deep end, and he just be right there laughing like he doing now. So blame him. Blame him, because y'all know old people see now, and sometimes they don't have a filter. I'm old people, so sometimes I be wanting to do right. Mo won't let me.
Hey, y'all, don't listen to him. He only got 2 years on me, so it ain't my job.
It don't matter. You don't even be trying to reel me, and you don't be like, brother, you don't want to think about that. You don't say it. You be like,
hey, when you get out there wilding, I gotta let you go. You listen. It's because I care, DVP.
That's what it is.
Yeah, if I shut you down, what'll happen is all that tension and all that stuff that'll stay in you, right? And you have to carry that through the week, and then you might not make it through the week. So I'm here to just say, look, I'm giving you a pass, man. Just be free. Say what you gotta say. Okay,
so now if I go off the chain, remember, y'all, it's on tape now. The brother that told me to do it, he didn't even say, well, try. I was teaching the class today, and one of my old students' friends came by. He said, "What you got up for this year?" I said, "Well, this year I'm trying to be a little less violent." He said, "You non-violent?" I said, "I didn't say non-violent. I said less violent. I got to take baby steps. I ain't ready to give up all violence. I'm just trying not to be violent most of the time. So can we go from most of the time to some of the time to every now and then? Just if y'all remember years ago, I told y'all when I first started this, I accepted the fact that I had nigga tendencies. I fell in that category. It was my progression was to go from that to colored to black to Negro. I was trying. See, I'm a full-fledged nigga. I don't even take the other N word, but I'm gonna take Negro. My thought process has changed. My movements have changed, and I reject nigga movements. But don't get it twisted. Every now and then when you do stuff, that's what you got to get, because you don't respect the Negro trying to do the right thing and trying to let you walk away from this inferno. So we're gonna just jump on out there and start with some stuff. Since I got my man Mo here, we're gonna say we're gonna give a quick moment of silence to my brother Phil. He going through some things, so he can't be at the show. So I don't want to put his business out there. We're just gonna give him a quick moment of silence, because the brother, I really do appreciate him, and he's trying to do better. So let's just give him a quick moment of silence. I ain't gonna tell y'all to pray for him, because I don't know what y'all be praying for, but we're just gonna give him a moment of silence out of respect. So. All right. Mo, did you watch the football game?
I did.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did not.
All right. My man. So as I was perusing, so media because I ain't on it nothing like I used to be. But you know, I still got to do the show, so I still got to come on sometime. See, are you a football fan, Mo?
Not anymore.
And you stopped with number 7.
That's right.
And see, y'all know how I feel about number 7. But I don't disagree with nobody who stopped because of what they saw. Because we all see different things. We all check out different things. We all got our own different perspective. And I don't try to talk nobody into watching it. If you don't want to watch it because this, or that, I'm all for you. But if we having a discussion, I'm going to listen while you don't watch. I'm going to tell you why I still do watch it. And then, guess what? My friends don't have to do what I do. They don't have to. I want them to respect my thoughts like I want to respect theirs, but they ain't got to be the same. They ain't got to be the same. That's the beauty of true friendships. You let everybody live in their space. You just meet them where they are. You accept them or you don't. But his thoughts, his actions don't reflect on me. They reflect on him. Mine don't reflect on, and vice versa. So,
yeah, and let me elaborate some, because what you know, maybe everybody watching don't know if there's a lot of people watching, but reason why I had to just shut it off is because I wrote a book about policing in America, and if you trace that whole situation that happened in the NFL, it goes back to police brutality on black men. That's the reason why Kaepernick was kneeling. So you can't lose focus on, it's not just a man kneeling on the sideline saying, I just want to kneel because I want to kneel. There was a purpose and a reason behind that. And so when I connected all the dots, I didn't have a choice, because after I wrote my book and I understood what was really going on, it was a no-brainer. I didn't have a choice.
And I respect that, even if I don't agree with it, because that's what life is about. And here is the bulk of my pushback for anybody who comes with that argument. And again, this is my thought process. The NFL don't regulate shit with policing. When y'all got a chance to speak up about policing, y'all take the route of least resistance and you don't deal with agents of change. See, I went to a concert recently, and it turned me off about concerts. I went to a concert with Maxwell, Kim, and some more people. It should have been a great concert. But Maxwell and Kim started preaching.
Oh, man.
I didn't come there to hear a testimony. I came to be entertained.
Right.
And this is what I tell people about the game of football. It is a game. People go there for entertainment. They don't go there to get messages. When you go to think about for those of y'all that went to college especially, when y'all went to games, most of y'all didn't even go for the game. Y'all went for the halftime show, for the entertainment value. So what make you think all of a sudden this should become a political event? That's what I hated about the whole thing. Y'all trying to take who goes to a movie to listen to a sermon? You don't. You go to the movie for entertainment. That's your mindset. You're not there to catch subliminal messages. You're there to enjoy the game or wait for the halftime show. Consider if you went to a child's football game or whatever, and somebody came out and started preaching at halftime. That's not what you're there for. That ain't what you're there for. So when people start talking about halftime at a sporting event, at an entertainment event, people are going there to be entertained. They ain't going there to try to figure out no super secret codes and shit. That to me makes no sense.
No. Facts.
And then we sit around and like, I'm a football fan and I'm gonna be one, because remember when 9/11 hit, the NFL couldn't decide whether they should play or not. The reason they end up deciding to play the games is because people needed a break from everything that was going on. That told you the NFL accepted the fact that they were entertainment. They're not there for anything else. They're there to take you away. The same reason we play games, or the same reason we got hobbies or whatever. When we're doing certain things to relax us, we're not trying to. Me and Mo can be talking about certain things. If me and him laughing and joking, and I'm going to just throw this out there just because. Let's just say me and Mo decide to go to the strip club. The last thing we need a stripper to come talk about is Donald Trump. Shawty, we not here for that. We're here for the whole gratuitous nudity and all the other stuff. See, that's what's wrong with black people. They don't never want to learn. We do. They got schools for that. They got times for that. It ain't on my personal time. On my personal time, I want to do what I want to do. If I want to play pool, if I want to get drunk, this is my time. And I hate when you random Facebookers try to allocate what my time should be. Oh, see, black people we don't always need to be in a state of learning. We have to take some time out for the mental. See, if you stay in a constant state of readiness and alertness, you're going to live your life as being paranoid because you can't never just sit back and relax because you're always trying to be so serious and business minded and you just don't have time for any of that foolishness of life. Well, I ain't knocking you if that's what you do. So I watched the Super Bowl, but again, I watched all these people swear they weren't going to watch it because, the NFL is caving into Donald Trump. They're going to change the end zone. Well, if you watch football, they change the little slogans in the end zone lots of times. The players keep the same one on their helmet. That's because they wear the same helmets over and over again. But they took out in racism, which they had the week before, and put something else. They got nothing to do with Trump. When y'all talk about woke people and educated people and all of this, do your effing homework. Guess who can't never, ever in the history of manhood own an NFL team? Donald Trump. He's been banned from ever owning a football team. Guess who did that to him? The NFL. He can't ever own a team. Ever. So if you know your history, because it's easy to look up, they banned him from buying a team because he was doing crazy stuff when he was trying to buy one, when he was trying to buy the Buffalo Bills. Just because I follow the sport, I know a lot. So how you think the NFL is in cahoots with a man that they permanently banned from buying a team? I just want you to make it make sense to me. So he comes to the game. Nobody knew till a few days before. So y'all believe the halftime show was aimed at him when nobody even knew who was going to be there. But how was it aimed at him if it was a kickback at Drake, who was disrespectful to other people? But y'all so woke. And my wife had said something to me, so I started reading all these, everybody explaining what the halftime show meant. Oh, for those of y'all that ain't smart enough to get it, it was a code of communication. Well, let me just say this. One, if it was coded, it wasn't meant for everybody. Two, just because people don't get it don't mean they ain't smart. I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. When somebody asks me about Kendrick Lamar and Drake's beef, I give less than 0 fucks. I don't care about their pettiness. So you got the world stage to impress a ton of people, and you're gonna have a petty spat about Drake?
Or a subliminal message? Listen.
Are you giving a subliminal message and you're not entertaining?
Yeah.
See, when Beyonce did hers, she was entertaining and she gave a message that was clearly understood. She fired shots at the police. She didn't throw no subliminal message there. She put it out there. You had to be Stevie Wonder-ish to miss it. But it was entertaining. People go to see games to be entertained, not to be educated. They don't sit there and wonder, hey, can you explain the reverse option to me? They don't do that because they're there for the entertainment or they're there for the drinks. I ain't never been to a tailgate or a football party where we end up talking politics or Black history during a commercial break. So what makes you think this is the venue? Because if you're trying to get a message across, who wants to get a message across to a bunch of drunkards? And Mo, do you drink?
Used to.
Okay, so
I can't now because of health reasons.
Okay, so but let's just say back in the day, we all in good health. We doing what we do. If we in New Orleans, if we in New Orleans, we already there for the party. The football game just happened to happen. We ain't got a serious bone in our body. So how in the hell are you trying to deliver a message? No, a coded message to a bunch of people who've been drinking. How effing stupid is that for you to even think that you're going to get anything across? And I'm just looking at all these people. Oh, see, we got to do this. Not at a football game. Not at a football game. And see, I'm not a Kendrick Lamar fan. I remember a couple of years ago, Trina said, you don't forgive nobody. I said, I don't forgive, I just don't forget. If I make a song, if I write a song and it's highly acclaimed and I'm using, hey my nigga, hey my yada, 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 and I pick somebody from the audience, I know the song contains the phrase, my nigga, why am I picking a white girl? So he picks this white girl to come on stage and sing the song. And when she, you know, she liked the song, she done bought it. She like, hey, my nigga, hey. And he stopped. You didn't know she was white. So you trying to shame her for singing your song. She done bought a ticket to your event, got you paid. She probably got your CD, got you paid. Now you trying to shame her. Make that make sense to me. Is that a code of communication? Because if Mo singing my song and I done talked about women and called them bitches and hoes, how am I get mad for him using that if he's singing my same song? Yeah, man, you can't call him bitch. He ain't. He's singing my song. So why am I all of a sudden upset with him? Why am I trying to punk him out for singing my song that I was disrespectful to people on? But now he's a genius because he did some shit to show up Drake on one of the largest events ever. Make it make sense to me. And see, most of he don't even watch football and he got his reasons and I respect him. But that ain't the place to give out a message.
No, it's not. No,
do an interview on CNN.
And the sad part to what you're saying is those people are privileged and they have ways to get platforms. So they don't need to wait to the Super Bowl to get a platform. You know, somebody with that, they got access. They can get a platform anytime they want.
Anytime they want. And you can do it in a place where it's conducive. Like I said, do an interview with CNN.
Right.
Do a local interview. Do something with politics, not a football game. You're not getting. There are tons of smart people at football game, but they've all let their hair down. You don't see people other than the owners. You don't see people at the football game in suits and ties. Now, on Monday morning, you're going to see a bunch of them people in suits and ties. But on Sunday, man, them people is comfortable. They're chilling. They got a beer in their hand. They might have a pizza. They got their hair down. Even the superstars, they don't dress up. They dress down because they chilling. They're not trying to have serious conversation. Again, when I'm at the strip club, the last thing I want to do is have a serious conversation with a stripper. I don't want my partners talking to me about no serious shit. Bro, we here with all these naked women, and you want to tell me about how things ain't going right with you. This ain't the time, player. I'm drinking, I'm enjoying the scenery. I'm trying to get my feel good on it. You trying to bring me down?
No, sir.
And then y'all want to call people stupid if they don't get the message. There's no message to be got. If it's coded, that means it ain't meant for everybody in the first fucking place. See, there are times, Mo know this, we talk to our friends among people who ain't got no business listening on conversation. We use code because it's only meant for the person I'm talking to, not for everybody else. So how realistic of a message is it for anybody if you're trying to keep it coded?
Yeah, and I just want to add this, man. At my age, I mean, you older than me, DVP, but at my age, so I know I'm sure you feel the same way I feel. At my age, if you don't just tell me directly, I don't got the energy to try to figure it out. Just tell me what you want me to know.
Tell me what you want.
Tell me what you want me to know, man.
And this is when I see us talking about what we should do. Well, see, on this show, and I'm real picky about this. Hey, what's up, Yolanda? How you doing? I'm real picky about this. When we delivering messages, I try to have 2 or 3 different people who can talk to you. But what I don't do, and I've done it delivery because I've talked to people who had something good to say. So like, for instance, and I ain't picking about it, I'm just saying, this is what it is. If you're into the Black movement and scholars and all this and want to hear about stuff, there's some great people to listen to. If you read W.E.B. Du Bois, you are going to be confused. He doesn't talk to general people. He doesn't write to general people. Doesn't take away from his geniusness. He's just not talking to the average man. When Malcolm X spoke, everybody understood what he said because he talked to us like third graders. He didn't use a bunch of big words to impress us. It's hard talking to a scholar because scholars like to talk scholarly. Any of y'all ever had a doctor who couldn't explain to you what was wrong with you because he was so busy using his college words and you still don't know what the hell wrong with you? Nobody likes those doctors. We like doctors who tell us in layman's terms what's going on so we can do something about it. But you have a HGC teeth count of this one and all these 26 syllable words. You like, Doc, what the fuck is wrong? Am I dying? Oh, no, you just got high cholesterol. Well, why the fuck you couldn't say that without that 6-minute soliloquy about what was wrong? Why? You right, Yolanda. Nobody's talking to athletes about politics. So why are we doing this? We're there for the entertainment. And then we want to criticize us because we don't get the message that was coded. Yolanda, come on over to Random Thoughts. I know you're on my page, but you know how to get to Random Thoughts. Roy, come on, don't play. Come on over to Random Thoughts. I don't see y'all at all. I see y'all on my page. Don't make me. When y'all want to come on the show, because we always down for extra voice because Phil is out. But and this is if we gonna do this. Like I say, I make sure I get people who speak in a language that we understand. When I did insurance, I got insurance people who talk. When the guy said you can get this for less than Netflix and a chill, see 90% of y'all understood what he was saying. See, I didn't get it. I don't have Netflix, but I knew what Netflix and chill meant, and I know what the cost was. So he was telling you you can afford good life insurance for what you get Netflix for. He wasn't sitting there. The ramifications of this, and if you divide your monthly salary and you only put 2.6%, they weren't talking like that because I don't want to confuse anybody with too much. I want them to understand so that they can follow along and ask and tell. There you go. That's what's up, pimp. So they can talk, and so we can talk and still be intelligent, but understand the message without going through a lot.
So let me
go ahead.
I'm just gonna add this because based on what you're saying, I think that a big piece of it is those people who speak to people in that way. I think there's an intimidation factor involved in that because guess what? Because if I feel like you 2 or 3 times smarter than me, I'm probably not gonna ask no questions. I'm probably gonna just take what you say for face value. I'm gonna stay quiet, and you can stay up there and look like the professional and be the all-knowing. You know what I mean? So those people who speak at your level, you feel comfortable enough to have a conversation. I know because I've seen that on both sides. I've seen people who got 8th grade education, but they speak in a way where you can understand completely what they're talking about. And then I've seen these people with all these degrees and they speak, I don't understand what the hell they're talking about. And it's not because I'm stupid, it's because they're not trying to connect. So it goes both ways.
And the thing is, I don't like when y'all want to call people stupid because they don't understand something. Only reason you understand it because somebody broke it down to you. But and I ain't trying to offend nobody. I'm just telling y'all factually. See, when people start bringing up the Bible, depending on where you go with them, they're going to either tell you the Bible ain't a true story. You're supposed to get this message. Okay, so if I'm supposed to get a message, you can't tell me what message I'm supposed to get. But then you tell me it's real. It depends on what you're trying to do. See, perception is reality. When I teach cops, I just taught some cops something today. The law says when I'm going to use Mo because he's right here. If I pull Mo over and I start asking him questions, if Mo feels like he's under arrest, he's under arrest. Regardless of what my intent is, I have to tell him that he's not under arrest. So he can still feel it, but I have to clear that up for him. You're not under arrest. The reason I'm here, the reason I'm stopping you is for this. So he can relax just a little bit. I have to tell him where he is because he may think something that's entirely not true. I can't let him think, well, he told me I wanted to arrest, but I ain't believe him. Well, that's fine. But I told him. If I don't tell him nothing, whatever he thinks is the rule. That's the law. So when we're doing, hey, Yolanda, quick commercial break. Yolanda Page, she was one of my very first listeners from way, way back in the day. We met on Facebook because I don't know where she came from, but all of a sudden she became my girlfriend who was letting guys pump gas for her in Florida. So I was going to leave one show just to go down there because what was it, Yolanda? Either nobody wasn't pumping the gas or some dude was pumping the gas trying to flirt with my Facebook girlfriend. That's how long she been around because I met her here on this show. She was one of the first people to tune into the show. So Yolanda, hey there, cutie. But yeah, when we're doing this, the purpose is, and we have fun on here, but we still ain't trying to have fun over your head. The reason I picked Mo to come talk to y'all about stocks and stuff is because Mo ain't trying to talk over your head. You ain't gonna hear him talk about your fiduciaries and all this because everybody don't know what that means. You got to be deep in the game for that. He can do that in the group when he's talking to certain people because they're already a little bit knowledgeable. Some of them are a lot knowledgeable. You can raise your level of conversation, but when you're trying to get people in on a conversation, you have to speak at a level they understand. And more importantly, you have to be talking about something that they care about.
Right.
See, there are times I don't talk about money because the audience that was there don't care about money. So there's no need of me wasting my energy if I'm trying to entertain or inform them about something. There have been shows I ask people, what do y'all want to talk about? And that's what we went, because we have versatility. And then there are shows that are strictly directed at stuff because, again, people have sent me stuff and they want to talk about something. So I find people who know this so we can talk about it. But I still know the people who I get ain't going to talk over their head. So when I see this, and it's fun to me, I'm watching all these people who say they ain't going to watch it. They ain't going to watch it. I'm boycotting the NFL. You can't boycott something that you don't spend money on in the first place. That means you're stupid. See, I don't shop at Macy's. So if Macy's do something I don't like, me saying, I ain't shopping at Macy's, I wasn't shopping at nowhere. They didn't lose my dollar. But for all you people who lied and said y'all weren't watching the game, damn, guess what? This is the second time y'all have been adamant about not watching the game. And every time y'all said it's the most watched game ever. Wow. Go figure that. And every time y'all say they don't watch it, y'all complain about the halftime show. So how did you see the halftime show if y'all want, or you didn't watch the game, you watched the halftime show? That puts you at a special level of stupid. That puts you at a special level because you still watch the game. That the halftime show is part of the game. So how did you see the halftime show? If you know, you waited for it, you saw it on YouTube. So you still supported it, huh? So who is really the smart one? Just so you don't support it, but you're still watching it because you're still doing dumb shit. So you're the dumb, and I hate to get into this name calling thing because we start calling each other names. We want to make ourselves feel better. So you're trying to, you just got to open your mind. I don't want to open my mind during football. All I want to do is see if I can figure out the next play. If I think it's going to be run or pass, I'm not trying to get much further past that. I'm not trying to get much further than that along in the game. But there are times, I know what Yolanda does for a living. There are times when we want to have some serious discussion. But what have I told y'all before? Even on here, I don't want to have a serious discussion for 2 hours because I need for you to, part of the show is about relaxing. And you letting us do all the hard work. We're doing all the talking to keep you informed. You know, when people ask questions, we try to answer them. Sometimes we'll look, sometimes the answer is a little light and comical. Sometimes they're serious. But we're not going to be serious the whole day long. We're not going to be totally serious for the whole 2 hours. Because some of y'all going to get bored with it. But I'm watching. And I'm watching y'all talk this. And I go to a couple of people's page and I see y'all calling people's name because we don't understand the black and the white, how it was America, how they built America off the lands of black people. People know this story. So how is that a code of communication? What is a code of communication about? So people, according to what y'all told me, those of y'all who are smart, white people built America off the land of black people, and therefore Drake insulted Serena and Kendrick Lamar, so he felt some get back, so he did that, but he wouldn't sing his song because he wasn't bold enough to fight. You want to fight the system, the white man, but you don't want to fight Kendrick Lamar. I mean, you don't want to fight Drake who told you not to sing the song, or you're gonna get sued. What's the message for black people again? Don't get sued, because that's what I gotta. Don't get sued. But you telling me what I should have got.
Or thug life, except when it comes to the courts.
Right. But and I was paying attention 2 weeks ago, 7 days ago, 6 months ago, y'all was hating on Serena because she was married to a white boy. Now she y'all role model because she was crip walking. She was getting back at Drake. I'm confused on the distraction. Do you like her or do we not like her? I mean, is she team black or is she not team black? Because y'all gotta be the wishy-washiest brand of people I have ever seen.
And let me add a quick sidebar to that, DVP. I need your cosign on this to make sure I'm referencing
Get me in trouble
correctly. No, you ain't gonna get in trouble. But when I was growing up, it was a code on the street, unwritten rule that you can't get out here crip walking if you wasn't a crip. You can't get out here doing these dances if you weren't affiliated. And I'm talking about somebody coming after you and you're gonna get hurt. But today it seems like it's commercialized. What you say about that?
Herd mentality. We like doing what everybody else doing. And I know at the end of the day, according to y'all, it ain't had to do nothing. But her sister was killed by a crip. So why is she promoting crip walking? I'm lost. I know her and her sister didn't grow up together, but if somebody killed my sister and I know what they're a part of, and I know, why would I celebrate them in any form or fashion?
That's
Why?
that's a Jewish person wearing a swastika.
But I'm just trying to figure. Oh yeah, so y'all didn't get it. Samuel L. Jackson was playing his role from Django. Oops, every black person that watched Django. So stop the madness. But he was playing this. Oh, and Samuel L. Jackson and Trump had a beef. So Trump left at halftime when he saw Samuel L. Jackson. You really think Trump give a damn about anybody black? You saw he took a shot at Taylor Swift. Saying, oh, she having a bad day. See, but y'all got these things where you perceive something, and I'm okay with your perception. Tell me what you see and go from there. But don't make what you see be what I see. Don't make what you see, and don't call me stupid because I don't understand. Because somebody can tell me some stuff about some of these Real Housewives stories. It took me forever to figure out who Peter Thomas was. Everybody kept calling me Peter Thomas, but I really didn't care enough. Even when they said he on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I could have watched it and seen it. It was probably another 2 years before I watched it because I just didn't care. I didn't care. I don't want to watch this dumbass show. So I got to watch the show. It's a 1 hour show, maybe 2 hours. I got to watch the show for how long before he come on there? Can somebody just give me a clip and tell? I don't want to watch this show. Man, it's a good show. For who? And with all the ways we got to give messages, and I've said this, and I'm gonna stand strong to this. See, Yolanda, don't do that. We'll break up right now on social media. You can see that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Yolanda. Don't do that. We can agree on a lot of things. We can disagree on a lot of things. But at some point, we got to realize they ain't like us. We ain't like us. We ain't like us. And we should all have our own independent thoughts and be celebrated for them. But when you have a forum to speak, I have spoken on these two people. I'm not a Beyonce Beehive fan. I'm not a Jay-Z fan. But Beyonce knows and Sean Carter, as private people, they don't put their money where their mouth is. They've built homeless shelters. They've done things with their money to support what they're doing. So when people hate them because, oh, he doing this with the white man, he doing this with black people. Kendrick Lamar had a stage. Kendrick Lamar got all these images, grams, and money. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what he's doing with it. See, for the revolution to be televised, and we talk about this often, at some point, you either got money, or you got power, or you got a group. Outside of the Super Bowl, what is Kendrick Lamar doing with his money? Is he supporting anybody? Is he supporting? Is he doing anything for civil rights? I know Jay-Z selected him. Bad choice. He should have selected Lil Wayne. We would have been entertained. But what is Kendrick Lamar doing all this money that he's gotten off the backs of black people and white? What is he doing with the money?
And
see, at least number 7. At least initially he did something with the money. I mean, I got reasons why I don't like him, and they're not important right now. But at least initially he started doing something. What has Kendrick Lamar done? And if you can't answer me that in a positive manner, tell me where he's been beneficial. I ain't saying he don't do a lot. I just need somebody to tell me. And all the people who support him and telling me about these coded messages, they can't tell me what he's doing. So if you can't tell me, then you can't convince me. When I ask you about this guy who you want me to follow blindly, you need to be able to give me something.
Yeah, I need to add to that because that's exactly what my point was going to be. Is that a lot of people say, oh, what they doing stuff is behind the scenes, this and that. Listen, if you're doing stuff, we need to know because that is a motivator to other people. We need to know. You need to know that, LeBron James is, building a school or doing something, those kind of things, that things rub off. When somebody doing something good, you might get a thought one day, you might be sitting around one day and be like, listen, I got to do something. I want to help. I want to contribute. But you got keep stuff like that secret. That's ridiculous.
Then that's what you need a herd. You need the herd mentality. Do something good and herd people up.
Exactly.
And this is the thing that I think disappointed me the most when they started talking about the whole Drake the tennis lady. I forgot her name just that quick.
Serena.
Okay, and I'm cool. Y'all know how I feel about protecting the black woman. Y'all know how I feel about that. Drake District, give him his comeuppance. But damn, when Umar and Snoop do it, y'all don't say a word. Now Snoop threatened Gayle. Y'all didn't say shit. Snoop done said the only black woman he'll ever mess with is his wife. Ain't none unworthy. But y'all don't give Snoop no hell. But Snoop threatened Gayle because she made an accurate statement. She did her job as an interviewer and asked questions about Kobe. But where was he at when Trayvon got killed? I don't get why these black men who we want to raise and praise keep getting passes for not protecting black women. I'm confused. Snoop. Everybody who knows me knows I hate Snoop. I have nothing but the utmost disrespect for Snoop. He kissed up to Martha Stewart, who I don't know if y'all seen her. She's a white woman. He was kissing up to Trump before all of this. But do y'all know what? Do y'all remember what Snoop did 8 years ago? When Chrisette Michelle sung at Trump's thing? How he dissed her, calling her all kind of names for singing at the Trump inauguration? Go back and look at it. Snoop had nothing but bad shit to say about Chrisette Michelle, who she's a great singer, but most of us were never supporting her. So she took a chance and opportunity, because if you do the quick math, blacks that make money, real money, it's because white people support them. Because black people, we love to use pirated music. We love to use copies of stuff. We don't want to buy. We want somebody else to give it to us. But Snoop was all over Chrisette Michelle for performing at the event. Calling her a sellout, talking about she wasn't supporting her people. Then damn, now here you go. So what was the difference? But I didn't see nobody eviscerating Snoop. Nobody. Snoop got pictures with Donald Trump doing all this thing. I ain't seen nobody call him out on that. Because I'm going to stick to what I said. As long as a black man got a baseline, y'all going to support him no matter how abusive he is to our black women. And I say, I understand. I don't hate Kendrick Lamar. I don't despise Kendrick Lamar. I just didn't like what he did with that white girl. You can't have a song using the N-word that you promoted, produced, and you singing it, and you invite her up on stage. Why not invite a black man or a black woman to come sing your song? I just don't understand the logic behind it. But maybe that was another code of communication. And at my age, I don't have time for code of communications. If you want me to understand, you're going to give it to me in plain talk. See, let me give y'all a real life example. And people who know me know this. I hate when people call me and say something to the effect of, hey, man, I need to borrow some money. And I said, how much you got? They said, how much can you lend? So we're not going to play this dumbass game. You want something. You need to tell me what you want so I can say yay or nay. But just give me whatever you can afford. We're not going to play this dumbass game. I don't play them codes.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
See, and it's crazy. I'm going to use Mo again because see my boy. I can say, Mo, you want to do the show with me? See, to me, that's a yes or no question. Mo can say, what's the show about? Now, I'm going to give him that grace that he can ask me that. But most of the time, hell, Mo know enough about me to know 9 times out of 10, I don't have a clue what the show going to be about. So I don't need to ask me that dumbass question. Either you got time to do the show or you don't. Let's just go from there.
Look, man. Look, what you're saying is that you trying to tell me people haven't been paying attention to you? If they been around you and they know what you all about, they haven't been paying attention to you. I know that you do random stuff. So that's why I asked you what the show is about. So I know that about you, but these people that are talking about give me a loan, this and that, they know you. They know how you operate. They know how you work. So
clearly they don't.
I'm lost.
Which make it easy for me to say no, because you don't know shit about me.
Well, I
call me and say, hey man, I need to borrow $200.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say no, but go on and say what you want. Don't agitate me.
Yeah.
It is. People ask me, hey man, you got a show, and I tell them, what's the name of it? And I tell them the name of the show is Random Thoughts with DBP. What do you talk about? I don't know. The fuck does the title say? It ain't even a code. It's right there in your face. It's Random Thoughts. It's Random Thoughts.
Hey, DVP, man.
This used to drive. Hold on, right quick. This used to drive Roy crazy because Roy wanted me to have an agenda. I said, Roy, you know my mind don't work like that. I have had show topics. I have had show topics, no lie. At 5:45, I knew what I was talking about. At 5:56, I had changed my mind.
There you go.
That's why, unless I got guests, if I got guests, I'm gonna stay focused because I got a guest on there to talk about something. Except for you, because you won't help me out, and you be having me go left. You be promoting this foolish behavior mode. So I'm gonna put you out there. But the show is called Random Thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. And unless you give me a topic, it's gonna be whatever crossed my mind, and I could have a show. Hell, I sent them some topics in. I sent Mo some topics.
I got them.
I sent Mo some topics, and I said, "Hey, I want y'all to discuss this because I know I won't." And sometimes I have sent them topics that we never got around to because my random thoughts took me somewhere else because something happened between the time of me planning and me doing. I know, Roy, don't do that. Roy, tomorrow me having an agenda ain't happening. But I try. I've even come to shows with my pad of things I wanted to talk about. The first one I'm good. Then Mo or Roy or somebody from the audience will say something and two of them get tossed out. Oops. But that's because I let y'all lead me. Sometimes I have an agenda. I want to do 3 20-minute segments and then we'll fill in some other places. Something happens. Mo take the fishing. Mo, I told y'all Mo put the fishing reel in the thing and just let it stay. A couple of shows, Mo took the fishing reel out this thing and he just threw it in the water. He ain't give a shit. Like run. It's like, Mo, come on. somebody got to be a responsible adult here. As the old man who get first choice because you're supposed to restrict the field, I already said I'm gonna pass. So that don't leave but one other person. And he'll pull this thing like, hey, I'm only 2 years behind you, so I'm passing too. One of us got to be responsible. Roy, it ain't happening. Roy's supposed to come on here and mediate. And Roy ain't doing it. But you can't expect the old man to do it. You know how we think. We can't hold on to thoughts too long. So, ladies and gentlemen, the point of this is if there's a message and you really want people to get it, give it to them when they're in a receiving mode. Give it to them at the place and time where it can be a true agenda. See, I can call Mo or say, Mo, we need to talk. And then we can have a serious conversation about something. But again, when we go to the strip club, we're not going to have a serious conversation. Man, ain't nothing going right. Let's go to the strip club and talk about it. The music too loud. It's too many different things going on. It's not going to happen. So why would I try to make it happen? If you want people to know, you can't encrypt it. When I do my shows on Law and Order, when Mo asks me questions, I will tell you, sometimes I will quote the law what it says, then I'll break it down and tell you what it means. I can't do nothing with you liking it or disliking it. I can't do nothing about that. I really don't even care. All I can do is tell you what it means. Mo gave me his book. I read his book. I shared some things with him. I can just tell you what the breakdown means because as an outsider, you might not understand some of the things that are being said. You might not understand. The best example is why don't good cops tell on bad cops? Well, most of the time, bad cops don't do shit in front of good cops. Why don't you tell on your cousin, the rapist, or your uncle? Because they don't do shit in front of you. But you know what they're doing. You don't let them around you. Why don't you tell? But you want me to tell on somebody who, and I had to make this thing at one of my town hall meetings. When you see a bad cop doing something, what I want you to do is tell me who you saw him doing it with. And everybody was like, well, he was by himself. So if he was by himself, how in the hell can I tell? How would I know what he's doing if he ain't doing it in front of me? So why do y'all keep saying that I should tell on somebody I don't see? Make that connection. Make that connection make sense for me. How would I know? You won't tell. He did you. Mo said, hey, man, this cop slapped me on the head. I need for you to do something about it. Well, what you want me to do, Mo? He said, file a complaint. Man, they ain't going to do nothing. They you know how they are, protect each other. I say, Mo, you know how they protect each other? How? Because people won't file a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I got to do something? Yeah, if you want something to be done about it, you got to start the process. Look at, history tells you, all these cases, the first person that come out, other people will realize it wasn't them, and people start lining up to tell. Nobody wants to be the first, so that's how people get away with shit. Look at all the shit that happened with Puffy. Once Cassandra came out, All these people coming out now. Ain't none of this new. Ain't none of this new. But it took somebody else to come out. I was watching a little docu-series. All these people knew something. They ain't saying nothing. That little bullshit bodyguard, he should burn in hell. You saw Puffy beating this woman. I look at her like my daughter. Dude, don't say no shit like that. You looked at her like your daughter. But out of your mouth, you say you saw Puffy beating her ass. You went and grabbed her and threw her in the back of the truck. You threw Puffy in the front of the truck. I would love to fucking kill myself if I saw somebody beating my fucking daughter. I get her and throw her in my truck, and I put her abuse in my truck too. I'm running that son bitch over. Ain't no way. And they fighting in the truck, but I'm so busy driving, I can't pull over and punch him in the back of his fucking head. You gotta be kidding me. But you look at her like your daughter, and then all these dudes keep saying that our kids need men in their life. Not if that's what the man is like. You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be shitting me. I got a baby mama. Her boyfriend threatened her. I had to go have a talk with him. If you hurt her, you're hurting my son, player. Ain't nothing going on with me and her. But please believe, if you touch her and she can't take care of my son, I'm coming to whoop your ass. You might want to leave her alone. You know, you can think on whatever you want, so I don't care. She got to spice him out. If you can't handle that, walk away. But for my son to hear that you talking about hitting her, player, you causing strife in his life, which means I got to cause strife in your life. So when I'm listening to a black man with a semi-position of power tell me, yeah, I saw her getting beat. So I went and rescued her, and I rescued her abused and put them in the same vehicle. So you thought putting Puffy in the front seat and her in the back seat was what? That tells me you care about this money. I ain't finna knock a poor brother who's trying to make some money. But just don't say you mean black women well. Just say they're disposable. Let's keep it real. Because I know a lot of us will not protect black women unless they're relatives, unless we're sleeping with them. I'm going to say the same thing about y'all. Y'all are cowards. And I don't pray that nothing happened to some of your people. But when something happened and people don't do shit, I want you to remember the message that you're telling these other men. I want you to remember the message that you're telling the women in your life. Hey, baby, if you want protection, you got to sleep with all these guys. Other than that, they ain't going to pay you no attention because I wouldn't pay their woman no attention. See how stupid that sounds? See how stupid that sounds? But most of us who grew up in impoverished neighborhoods, know that when we were hungry or something was happening, there was always a woman who took us in. There was always a woman who offered us something to drink. Always. So now when they need our help, we're going to say, oh, that ain't family, that ain't this, that ain't that. We all had a Miss Mary or Miss Jackson, somebody who made sure we got whatever it was we needed if we looked the part. Baby, you thirsty? Like you need some water. Your mama ain't home. Hey, let me get you this. Let me get you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Something. But we won't return that favor, and we doing this to our women. That to me is insane. But I guess that's another code of communication. I ain't got the time for it. I don't have the time for it. And if it's cold, it ain't meant for the masses. Mo, we're gonna talk about stocks at 7:15. So it's your job to remember 7:15. All right?
Sure thing.
7:15. 6:48. See, MAGA. Donald Trump didn't get no code. He didn't get no code of communication. He said what he was gonna do, and he doing it. And guess what? People understood him. They lined up because he didn't make them think. And we know he got some meatheads on his squad. See, that's how it works. The simpler your message is, the easier it is to get people behind you. And I'm listening to people talk again about let's boycott Target. Let's boycott everybody who's going to get rid of DEI. Let's do this. Boycotts only work, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell y'all this again. Boycotts only work when you can get the poor people behind you. The poor people are the masses. If your boycott is going to hurt them, they are not going to participate. So when you stop shopping at Target, again, go to your Target and tell me who works there. When you stop shopping there and they cut hours, whose hours you think getting cut first? When Black Lives Matter tried to tell y'all to stop shopping at Walmart and stop shopping, again, who works there? And I told y'all then before it became famous that Black Lives Matter, the founders had a whole hidden agenda. They wanted to be appointed to the board of directors at these different places to show their juice. So they told you not to shop there while they was trying to get a payout. Y'all found out the one woman, she got all these rental properties. She ain't doing nothing for black people. But what was the point in boycotting Walmart? Walmart was cheaper than most of your neighborhood stores. Walmart had a primarily black staff. So when they get put out of work, who is it helping? The Montgomery bus boycott worked. One, because it took a year to organize everything so that the poor people could still get to work. They could tell them people, don't catch the bus. We're gonna organize cabs and what do you call it when you carpooling to get people to work. Because these people can't miss work to support your cause. They don't have the money for that. They still got to go to work. So if we're gonna boycott Target, we're gonna boycott Walmart, we got to have someone for these people to make money. And all these businesses y'all keep telling everybody they need to start up. Mo, do you have a business?
I used to, don't anymore.
What kind of business did you have? It
was a tutoring business. We used to tutor.
Tutoring business.
Yeah.
So how many people could you afford to hire?
We hired about 3 people.
3 people. Yeah. And what was the average pay?
$17 an hour.
Okay. So and ladies, I ain't got nothing against entrepreneurship, but understand, most entrepreneurs can't afford to hire a bunch of people. And if they do hire them, Mo, and I'm picking him because, like I said, he right there and we cool. What kind of benefits did they have other than getting paid?
None.
Did they have health benefits?
No.
Most of us entrepreneurs don't have health benefits. So if we're being honest, these people need to get a job with benefits. We don't have that. So they need to work for the establishment so that if something happens, they can still take care of their family. Mo was probably paid them by their work. They couldn't build up holiday vacation and leave time. If they didn't work, they didn't get paid. That's how most entrepreneurships work. Hell, I got one. I run a security company. They get paid by the work we do. If they can't come to work, there's no pay. I don't offer benefits. Go ahead.
And I know you might have an agenda there, or you could just be, talking about this situation. But one thing I want to say is that the problem with I'm gonna call it small business because that's what it was. My situation was a small business, but the problem was overhead. You know what I'm saying? If you don't own the property, if you got to pay somebody to rent a space, if you got to pay overhead, you got to pay electricity, all that. The overhead is gonna take, and I can't speak for all businesses, but most of the black business I've analyzed takes about 70% of your revenue. You know what I mean? So you got 30% left, right? You work the whole time. You make 100% of the money. 70% is going to expenses, right? You got to buy products. You got to pay rent. You got to do all kind of other stuff, and you got to pay employees. You know what I mean? So now you got 30% left, and trying to run a business with 30% overhead, that's ridiculous. Most of these businesses, you think about a credit card or some of these businesses out here, they get like 200%. You know what I'm saying? We doing 30%, they do 200%. So that's how they can make things happen. So it's like it's always a struggle when you talk about small black businesses. Not to mention, if you don't somehow operate above and beyond, black people ain't coming to you. If you're a black business, we not coming. Black people ain't coming to you. You know what I mean? You got to be above and beyond, and and the customers are going to expect you to be exceptional in terms of your pricing and everything that you do. Now, you should be at least good, right? In terms of pricing, at least good, right? But what flies in the face of that is, again, your overhead and what you got to pay. Most of the time, is some white person to for rent or for the delivery of the goods and everything like that. We don't have that's the thing I think black people need. We need like a business black people. We need like an infrastructure so you can keep the business costs low so black people can come to your business. Because I'm not saying that that's a problem because everybody's looking for a bargain. You know what I mean? If I'm making $10 an hour, $12 an hour, whatever it is, I'm not trying to buy the most expensive thing. I'm trying to buy the thing that's good enough to make things work for me, and so I don't go broke. You know what I mean? So it's the word I like to use is a quandary, man. It's real messed up where you gotta figure this whole process out. But some of some of the businesses have, like I support a lot of black businesses, and they have good product, they have good service, and those are the ones, you know, I keep going back to. If I go to a place that got bad business, I'm gonna let them know. Listen, man, y'all gotta tighten this up. You know what I mean? And I give them a second chance. I give them another chance because I want to see, you know, us black folks, you know, successful. You know what I mean? So I give them another chance, but then, you know, after the second time, if things ain't cleaned up, I gotta move on. You know, that's how I operate.
But he said the most important part. See, he had overhead. My security company ain't got no overhead. We go to security at businesses. So the only overhead I initially got is I got business insurance because I run a security company. I buy everybody their first shirt. After that, my overhead is done. But people keep saying everybody got their own business. Most businesses don't operate on a model like security does. I don't do a whole lot of advertising. I only got 5 people to work for me. I don't want to do big stuff because then it's going to make my insurance go up, which means my pay is going to go down. You know, well, you can get bigger contracts. That's cute. Bigger contracts make your insurance go up. So I hate when people keep telling everybody need to have their own business. No, we're all not meant to be business owners. There's a lot to owning a business, especially depending on what your skill level is. You can love what you do, but unless Mo doing a tutoring thing, unless he got 100 paying students, it's going to be hard for him to make enough money to where it's sustainable. This is how a lot of us get unknown stress because we want to do something that we love and we're passionate about, and we will end up investing our own money because anybody who owns a business, if you're true about it, you're gonna spend a lot of your own money before you make money. If you're not making that money back, you're not recouping your money. So you're financially dooming yourself to try to follow your passion or to do what Mo was doing. You're trying to help other people with the tutorship, but you started losing money. You can't keep doing that for 2 or 3 years and hoping that this gonna come up because that's not the way it is. And you can say whatever you want to, unless you get white people to buy your business, you're not gonna have a lot of repeat customers. We demand, as a race, we demand too much and give too little. You know, we want this, we want that, we want somebody who's gonna do this, but then as soon as you hear the price, you don't want to do it. It costs, especially if you find somebody who got a good product. It costs to maintain greatness. It costs. But we love to keep telling people they got to do it. And we set some people back. So think about this. If Mo wouldn't have had the wherewithal to stop ahead of time and he'd have dug too deep a hole to where he got debt up to $200,000-$300,000, he still got to pay that back. So his whole life now is work on paying back money. So even when he earned money, he got so deep in debt, he got to keep paying this back before he do anything else. You don't understand how that sets us up for economic failure, and it's systemic and systematic because we won't talk to each other about it. We just keep telling people they got to start a business, not understanding. You watch Bar Rescue, you watch Kitchen Nightmare, you watch these shows, they tell you most businesses ain't going to survive in the first place. And if you don't have a true business model, because nobody ever told us how to put one, who are your customers? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do this? How are you going to make this sustainable? Well, you got to have this equipment, that equipment. Your 3 friends say they're going to support you. They're going to buy from you one time, maybe twice. That's not sustainable. So we keep setting our own people up for failure. Most white people don't own their own business. So why do we think that's the key to success? The key to success is building upon wealth. For most of us to build upon wealth, you know what we need? We need a job so we can set aside some of our income to start making small investments so we can get the bigger investment. We need a steady paycheck, something that we know is going to come. When Mo talking about investing, I redid my budget because I love to redo my budgets to see where I'm at. Because some things I know, damn, I got this, I ain't even used this like this. I need to cut this back. When I cut this back and I found myself with $45 extra, I'm listening with some of what Mo tell me. But I wasn't missing this money in the first place. I was surviving with it. So you know what? I'm gonna invest this money in some of this. I'm gonna invest a little here. I'm gonna invest $10 here, $10 here, $10 here. I've invested $10 in 4 different places. Now I'm gonna see which one doing the best. So next month when I got another $45, instead of doing $10 across the board, I'm gonna invest 20 in the one that was doing better and do that. But I got the money already set aside to play with because I'm getting a steady income. If I'm living paycheck to paycheck, guess what? You're not doing that. If you have your own business because you don't want to work for the man, you don't know what your income is going to be from month to month, from week to week. So guess what you can't do? You can't do a lot of investing. Because you're sitting around not knowing if you're going to be able to pay rent, pay your light bill, pay this, pay that. People don't tell you all the little things that go into this because they keep making you think it's what's got to be done. Financial literacy is what's keeping us behind. Economically, or in every manner, it's financial literacy. We don't understand finances. Even when you look at millionaires, you look at a lot of these NFL players who are broke because they got money and didn't know what to do with it. None of them. Most of them didn't even have a savings account. How the hell is Dennis Rodman? How the hell does he go broke?
That's crazy.
How do these people who ran across almost $100 million in their lifetime go broke? Bad management. They don't have they letting somebody else do everything. Ladies and gentlemen, never let somebody sign for your money if you don't know where it's going. Now, I can say, you know what, I'm gonna let Mo do this for me, but we're gonna have a two-party check. So every time he send out something, I at least want to see what it is so I can ask questions. I'm gonna trust what he's telling me, but I still want to see for myself. These people losing money and don't even know how. They find out they got accounts in their name that they don't know nothing about because people gave them too much access. Because when you don't know something, you believe anything anybody tell you if they sound good.
And look, what DVP talking about as far as when he referenced me, I call that trust but verify. You know what I mean? Plus, I don't want nobody to just take my word verbatim. I might have missed something. You know what I mean? Go do some research, check into stuff, and you come back to me and say, Mo, man, I looked into that. Did you know about this or that? I'm not that dude that's gonna be like, need to be right. I don't care about being right. I care about making progress and helping folks get to where they want to get and getting there myself. You know what I mean? Being right, I don't really care about that. That's young boy stuff. I'm too old for that, man. Being right stuff. And that just sets you up to be. You might as well just put earplugs in if you just want to be right. You know what I'm saying? That way they can hear you talk and you can't hear nothing. Because some of the most valuable lessons I learned have been from, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but people who are not as smart as I was, people who are not as worldly as I was, people who don't have as much experience as I had, but just sitting there talking and listening to them, they'll say something and I'll just be like, man, that makes a lot of sense. So I think about it, so that's why I won't never shut nobody down. You shut people down without good conversation or good reason, that's not a good trait to have, and you're probably gonna miss out on something. That's you don't want to do that. Everybody, have a discussion, especially if you got good reasoning and you got good, like I do research. I make sure what I'm saying is verified at least a couple times, but I still leave the door open for some conversation because you never know, somebody could bring something else in and maybe it just enhances what you already know, right? You don't have to say, oh, my stuff is all wrong. You just say, oh, let me just add that to what I already know. This is, I think, my personal opinion, is a pride thing. I'm a dude. I don't want nobody, I was at that. I was there at some point where, I wanted to be right all the time. I didn't want nobody telling me nothing. It had to come from me, but you go through life, you figure out real quick, that's the wrong way to be. You're going to miss out on a lot. You're going to make a lot of mistakes.
And I'm going to correct you on something. We want to be right. We don't want to be arrogant because you can be right and still taking information because we want to give you good information. So we want to be right. It ain't to the point where we're going to fight you about it.
Right.
If you got an idea, it may enhance ours, it may not, but you should still be open to listening.
That's right.
Because sometimes somebody can tell you something. Hell, sometimes kids say shit that make you feel like you're as stupid as they come because they tell you something like that. I ain't never thought of that. And the shit is so simple.
Yeah.
It don't take work for your intelligence. It was just something that was so simple because they're not so caught up in trying to figure this out that they keep overlooking the little small things. But this is where we got to be. And, I talk to some people about entrepreneurship. There's no shame in wanting to be a worker. Don't let these true who work to earn their millions and billions fool you. A lot of them didn't inherit money like Trump. Some of these guys actually started somewhere and they got lucky and they got there, but they did some work. It takes money. It takes money to make money. If the way you make money is by working, do that. I tell people, yeah, I'm where I am now, but guess what? I worked for 22 years. I got a pension. My dad taught me a great lesson. Do what you have to so that you can do what you want to. We keep wanting to do what we want to. I keep hearing people say, oh man, I ain't finna work no real job. I'm gonna work on my rap career. I'm gonna work on my singing career. Okay, where you living? Oh, you living with your mom. So you're not living life because you too busy hoping for the American dream. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but you're asking somebody else to support you while you're dreaming.
Right.
Get you a job and work. Get you some skills. Can't nobody take that from you. If you want to sing and do HVAC, fine, do HVAC in the daytime. Go to all these clubs at night in the amateur thing. But you gotta be able to support yourself. Remember, you're grown. Grown people support themselves. They don't just have dreams. We have dreams as kids. That don't make us an adult. You have to build a source of, I ain't gonna say wealth, but you have to have a source of income. There's a reason the book says multiple streams of income. Why is that guy telling us about this? But you're working. I'm retired. I still work for the coroner's office. I do my stuff in California. I invest. I do multiple things so that I got multiple streams of income. So that if something fails, and my pension is guaranteed for life. They should have never told me that. I can commit a crime and still keep my pension. Lots of places, if you do something, you lose your pension. My pension ain't gonna never stop. So it takes care of all of my mandatory items. It takes care of my house note. It takes care of the bills. But when I want to travel, then what? People say, man, why you still working? You retired? I said, because I want to do shit that costs money. My pension is not set up for me to make more money. It's set up for me to live comfortably. I want to live above that. So I still need to go out and make some money. I don't want a regular job, so I don't get a regular job. I get jobs that pay decent, that don't require a lot of work. See, where I come from, that's called smart. My dad say, do what you have to so you can do what you want to. Now I can sit back. If I don't want to work a job, I don't. I'm 60 now. I've been retired almost 15 years. I got friends who are 60 now, and they're still working a full-time job.
Yeah.
Because they have to. So when do they get time for enjoyment? The minute they take a trip, when they come back, they can't take a trip and rest and recuperate after. They got to get back to work because they spent money that was allocated for something else. They done tap their savings because they don't have a second or third income. Or like a lot of cops do, they work so hard to get to this. Even when they take a vacation, all they do is rest. You could have stayed at home and just rested and not spent no money because you're so tired from working these 4 or 5 jobs to afford this $5,000 vacation that when you get there, you just so happy to rest because you got your day job, then you're working at night. You got your day job, you're working at night. You're doing this 6-7 days a week. So when are you sleeping? So you really paid $5,000 to go to a whole other country just to go to sleep. To me, that makes no sense. But if that's what you want to do, is show money. But this is why we have to become financially literate and learn how to stop sitting back thinking that we ain't got to do nothing. It should just come to us. Yeah, we know that they made money off us. We're not getting 40 acres on the mule. We're not going to get reparations. So stop. Take that out your head. Take that out your head. Gain some independence and quit waiting for somebody to give you a break. Quit waiting. Make your own breaks. Make your own breaks. Learn something from somebody. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna play a commercial from the guy who explained a lot about money to me, about credit. So if you're looking at refinance or you need some money, check out Jeff at Castle Brokers. I'm gonna play his commercial and we'll be right back in 30 seconds.
I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payments, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
Look at that, like clockwork. We might be ready for NBC soon. I don't know. We might be ready. We might be ready.
All right, I need. Let me jump right in here, DVP, because I gotta roll it back on something you were talking about, just to get my perspective on it. So, so DVP was talking about. He said something about, and you can correct me if I get this wrong. He said something about spending money to go whatever, do gallivanting off and doing something. And I'm gonna tell you this just from my own personal experience. I used to be that same way. Be like, I ain't spend no money just to like. There's resorts in the town I live in, right? My wife is like, let's go stay at the resort. I'm like, why? We home. We at home. We got a home right here. We can just hang out right here. She's like, but I need to change the scenery. I need to do this. I need to do that. And so I'm a dude. I'm a typical dude. I'm like, so I got to go spend $800 to go down the go 20 miles away to stay at a resort for 4 days, right? I'm like, that don't make no damn sense. But I got to tell you, every time I do that, it's so relaxing and it's so beneficial. So I got to counter what DVP said. He said, so look, take time out for your mental health and for your peace. And if it costs you, obviously don't make it over and above your own budget. But if you can afford it, do that. Trust me on that one. You get away, even if you just go take a ride to the ocean and just look out over the ocean and see the sunset, is mentally beneficial. Trust me on that one.
And we're not countering, because I'm in total agreement with that. I'm talking about going to a whole nother country and paying for all that just to rest. I believe, and ladies and gentlemen, what he said is great. If you're in a relationship, I don't care what nobody tell you. If you're in a relationship, hell, if you got a stressful job, at least 2-3 days a quarter, you should go to a hotel. Why not stay at home? When you're at home, you're still at home. You're gonna do stuff. No matter how much you tell yourself you're gonna relax. When you're at home, there's always something to do. When you're at a hotel, ain't none of that your shit. You can truly relax. There's nothing to get up for. You ain't got to worry about this. You're gonna go downstairs and get the continental breakfast if you're hungry, or you're gonna order room service. When you're at home, you're gonna cook, which means you're working. When you're at home, in your head is making up the bed. You know when you're in a hotel, you sleep different in a hotel. Even if it ain't your bed, the fact that you're somewhere else lets you relax. I tell them, when you go to a hotel, let people know, but leave your phones in the car. Go ahead. Did you say something, bro?
Oh, I don't know if Roy said something, but I was gonna add to what you were saying and just say, to DVP's point, you ain't even got to clean up when you're in the hotel. You throw the damn towels on the ground, and when you come back, there's new ones. You know what I'm saying? So look, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for that ability to just say, I'm free, I'm gonna let go for these next few days. And you can't, there's nothing that match that. You can't even rival that. So, make sure you carve out a little piece in your budget for personal health. That's part of your personal health budget.
But if you're in a relationship, I'm telling you now, set up these hotel dates. And they understand. Most say they picked a nice hotel. Look in your area. That's some nice hotels. And it's a whole lot different. And I'm glad he put a small number out there. It's a whole lot different. You go 20, 30 miles. Let's just say you even drive to the next county, maybe state. You drive 100 miles, you pay $100. I mean, you pay $800 to stay for a weekend or 3 days. If you fly and you go to one of these resorts, you spending $3,000-$4,000 to do something you could have drove 2 counties away to do. And that's all I'm saying. I want you to take care of your mental health. Don't go broke doing it. If you can't afford to go to Honolulu for a week, don't go to Honolulu. Go on and save with that money and go stay at the Hyatt in the next town over. Go ahead, bro.
In fact, no, I just wanted to add to what you're saying, because in fact, you got people coming from other areas coming to where you at. So right. They already flew over to where you at to do the same thing. So you know what I mean? You gotta be.
I want you to enjoy yourself. I just don't want you to go broke doing it.
Facts. Yeah.
But if you got money coming in, you can save money. But when you're living for paycheck to paycheck, it's hard to save. It's hard to save. Because I'm gonna tell you now, every time you can get a 2 or 3 day weekend and just go stay at a hotel where you ain't got to do nothing but just chill. And if you're trying to save money, I'm gonna help you out. Because we finna get to the money stuff. Hey, and women love to do this. Treat it like a picnic. Have your wife make something. Fellas, I'm here to tell you. Your wife, girlfriend, say, hey, babe, we're going on the picnic. Tell her all the stuff to make. She going to make a lot of food. Go to the hotel early. Go on and move the stuff around so that the floor is your park. And you just set it up right there. But now y'all got a bed. Y'all got, most of these hotels now you can't do camping, so you can't do that part. But get a room with a view. It may even have a balcony. Eat at the little table. You're taking her out of her element where she has to be responsible. At a hotel, you don't have to be responsible. Y'all can just chill. If you don't want to just take whatever you wear, because y'all ain't going nowhere else. Y'all gonna order something. Y'all gonna order room service, or y'all may drive somewhere and pick up something right quick. But it's good for the soul. It's good for your mentality just to break the routine. You don't have to leave the country. You can do something affordable and still get peace of mind. So with that being said, let's talk about the stock market right quick, because I see Tesla is going down fast. So Mr. X, wait, is this a good time to get into the stock market or not?
He said Tesla going down fast. You know what? So look, I'm gonna talk about that first before I give you this, before I talk about the little stock tip, because DVP threw that out there. Now, there's this thing, there's a lot of things that you could talk about as far as Tesla is concerned. So Tesla's a strong stock. Tesla's part of the Dow 30. Okay, they're part of the Dow Jones, they're part of the Dow 30. Now, why we could talk about this all day, right? But part of you just realize this, part of speculation, it's almost like conspiracy theory, right? Part of understanding stocks is to speculate. So it's almost like you get to be a conspiracy theorist, right? To say, try to figure out what's going on, because don't nobody know. The experts don't know. Don't nobody know. So you get to have your own conspiracy theory, right? So let me tell you what mine would be regarding Tesla. Okay, first question: who owns Tesla? Anybody know? You know DVP, who owns Tesla?
Elon Musk, don't he?
What has Elon Musk recently done that could probably have impact to Tesla? Right? We know he was. Go ahead.
Just banning all them companies that was doing the investigations on him that was going to cost him money.
Exactly, and it's High Hitler's salute, right? Or pseudo High Hitler salute, right? So if we just out here speculating, right, which is part of the analysis you got to do with stocks, you could say it's probably going down because of how Elon Musk is out here wilding out. You know, that's the leader of the company. So if he's doing questionable things, you know, the speculation, which is a real stock term, the speculation is that the stock is probably going to lose value because he's out here wilding out, doing wild things. So people are like, yo, man, let me hold on. I'm not investing right now. I'm not going to put any more money into this company because we got to see how it moves. If after all the fallout, if it starts moving positive, then you know they'll throw money in real quick. If it starts moving negative, then people won't make a move. But that's called speculation. You got to do that as part of stocks. You know, I did that. I think it was the last show I kind of did a speculation relative to Home Depot. I was saying that, you know, go buy Home Depot stock or Lowe's stock or something like that, because, you know, the speculation is, y'all know what happened in California, all the wildfires, right? So somebody got to rebuild. They got to get materials from somewhere. So my speculation is probably one of those companies is going to supply the materials. So that's part of stock. So speculation. And let me see. I think I said, so DVP asked me this. I'm gonna answer this question. It ain't gonna be a straight answer though. But DVP said, under this administration, why it may be good or why it may not be good to invest or to invest at this time. And the answer is, I don't have an answer, because the answer is yes and no. And let me tell you why. Because all companies are not the same. There's variation in companies, right? There's some companies that like what's going on, so they're gonna benefit from what's happening. Then there's some companies that are not gonna benefit from what's happening. So you got to take a little deeper dive into how they align with the current administration before you can determine if that's going to be a good stock to invest in. Now, let me just use one, right? This will let you know right up the gate kind of what I'm talking about. If you ever heard of DJT stock, that's Donald J. Trump stock, right? If you look that up, you go on Google right now and you say DJT stock, right? It'll go to Donald Trump stock. He got his own personal stock, and what it is tied to his social media platform. If you look that up, you can see how DJT is doing. How is it moving? Is it making money? Is it flat? How's it moving? So, and then based on that, you can kind of decide whether that's something you want to invest in or you don't want to invest in. But right now, my speculation would be that it's probably, now here's the thing though. Another part you got to take into account is who are some of the investors, right? So let me just say it this way. If there's 90% white folks invested in DJT, 10%, 5% Hispanics and 5% black people, what's going to happen is most of them people probably like what Donald J. Trump is doing. So the stock may not get impacted at all. Now, if the ratio is different, something else may happen. But this is part of analysis. So, and it's not rocket science, man. That's just common sense. I didn't say nothing that you got to go study and research for 3 years. I didn't say nothing like that. I just ran down some common sense. So, and a lot of the stock is common sense. There's a piece of it where you got to learn the analysis and be able to look at the graph and say, oh, look, this is what's going on. But it's not black magic. You can't look at the past and say, oh, look what happened over here. So that's what's going to do over here. You don't know. It's like going to is the probability and ratios are like going to a casino. When you go to a casino, you have no idea if you're going to win. You have no idea you're going to lose. But what you do know is that the odds are in favor of the casino. You do know that. In stocks, it's not that simple. As in terms of the odds are in favor of the company, is less of a variation between whether you can make money or you'll lose money. It's less of a variation. But if you do your research and you do your research properly and you figure out what's going on, and you maybe like if you want to join my group, I got my group. It's called Black Money and Finance. I help people out. I do free training. I help people out with stocks. Join my group. I can support what you're doing. But that's the kind of things you need to do in order to kind of figure out, is this something I should do? Is this something I shouldn't do? Is this the right time to do it? You know what I mean? How much should I do? And all of those, what I just told you about in terms of speculation, all of that stuff, I can teach you how to, analyze that. But like I said, it's not rocket science. It's the same thing I said like a couple of weeks ago where, they have fires in California. Well, my speculation is that wood is going to be in big demand. So find a wood company, invest in a wood company, and you can kind of tie it together like that. I also said robotics is on the forefront of, we in the robotics age. This is the robotics age, folks. We got self-driving cars. If you ain't seen them, hey, DVP, they got the self-driving cars in Atlanta.
Yep.
Yeah. So they got them up here too. So right now, this is the best time. You got the best time to invest right now, because as soon as they still in the trial phases for most of these companies are still in trial phases. So what that means is you can invest in them, but the product is not really 100% ready for consumers. They're saying, look, this thing is good, but we're going to try it out some. And then once we get it to a point where we're comfortable and we have our technology solid, we can start using it worldwide. So it hasn't gone worldwide yet. There's only certain, if you look up self-driving automobiles, go on, Google this stuff. It's easy. Look up self-driving automobiles, where they're being test driven at. And from the last time I looked, it could be different now. From the last time I looked, it was California, Arizona, and I think maybe New York. But that's
Georgia.
In Georgia? Okay, yo, yep. You looked it up? Oh, my man.
They got a thing. Lyft is doing it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They finna bring that out where you can request a driverless vehicle.
Yeah. Okay. So see, so those four, it's probably those four places, but look it up just to be sure. But those four places they're in the forefront of the technology because they're already at test run, right? And once after test run is release, it's released and everybody can use it. It's open, for everything. The world gonna change soon as they release that and robotics. World is changing, folks. Telling you, man, you gonna have cars just showing up in your front door, picking you up, take you to the airport, all that. So the world will tell you again. I'm gonna keep saying this. Y'all gonna be like, that dude's a broken record. But the world would tell you where you want to head if you want to start investing in stocks. And there's some well established stocks that you can also make money over. They know how to. So this is the deal, right? As far as businesses are concerned, businesses, you guys have seen this. You guys know how businesses are run, right? If it's a good business, it'll reinvent itself every, periodically, right? Maybe it's 5 years, maybe it's 10, 10 years might be too long because technology changes so quick nowadays. But every 2 to 5 years, it'll probably reinvent itself. And that's the kind of company you want. So that's why part of your research would be like, how long this company been around? What they've been doing? Yeah, now y'all know McDonald's been around since you was a little baby. Before you even got here, McDonald's has been around. So guess what? What that tell you? They got a good product. They got a good management. They reinvent themselves, and they're stable. In fact, McDonald's is part of the Dow Jones, or what's commonly known as the Dow 30. So they got a good business and a good program. And that stock, you could probably buy it. It's not extremely expensive. You could buy it, but look at the graph first to say, is it even worth buying it? Because you want to buy. So think about it this way. I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna give back to DVP because I could talk about this stuff for 5 hours and not even take a breath. So
this your segment, brother. This your segment.
This what I'm gonna say is this here. So think about this. McDonald's. If you look at McDonald's stock, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a stable graph, right? It's going to be a nice flat line that's going up a little at a time, right? And we know the stock value of like McDonald's is probably like $150. I don't have the number off the top of my head. I could look it up, but I think it's like $150, maybe $200 per share. Now you got this new company coming out. They don't have a history. It's a new product, right? But the stock is opening up at $15 a share. So to get around the idea that you got to have a lot of money to invest in stocks, just remember this. I would probably, depending on the information I get about that cheaper stock, that new product, cheaper stock, I probably invest in that before I invest in McDonald's, because McDonald's is like a flat line right now. It's been around for a long time. It's stable, and but it's not making enough changes in order to do something new so that the stock goes up. So just keep that in mind. I could talk about this stuff all day, but I ain't trying to.
And I'm gonna give you some more time. But this is one of the things, and he said it, and understand. I talked about it. You have to have some disposable income to do this. But the trick is that most of us never knew is that you ain't gotta be rich. See, let's just say, I'm gonna help y'all with y'all New Year's resolution. Let's just say you want to give up smoking, you want to give up drinking. Whatever you was paying in cigarettes, invest that. You don't need $1,000. You can invest in a lot of stocks. And he's saying you might even want to start looking at some of the newer stocks that are $5, $10, $15, $20 and get some of those, because that's what a carton of cigarettes costs. If you're going to the club every weekend, instead of going to the club, put that money somewhere else. But this is why you want to have a stable income, so that you can do a budget and see what your normal expenses are. And I started off with the religious thing. I'm gonna invest 10%. Then as I start seeing I was saving more from my regular life, I invested more. I tell y'all shit, I'm not a Bitcoin or crypto fan. I'm just not. I don't trust it yet. But I saw where I could do it with a roundup thing on Cash App. So if I spend $6.82, Cash App will invest 18 cents in crypto or Bitcoin, whichever one it is. So I started doing something that way so I can see. And it's like, you know what? I can do a little better than that. I can invest $10. I know $10 ain't gonna kill me, and see how it's going. Because you don't have to invest a whole lot of money. You want to get into the game and see how it goes. Then you start talking to people about big investments. Because again, you got to accept the fact that you may lose this money first. Everything else is a bonus. So don't put the house on it. What can you afford to live without? And that's why I said pick a vice that you're trying to get rid of and go from there. Because it can be done. But because we don't talk finances, because we're not taught to save money. You know how we have swear jars. Hey, that's a damn good idea. Every time I curse, I'm gonna put $1 here. At the end of the month, what about how many other times I done curse? I'm gonna invest this money. You're already doing something. Savings, ladies and gentlemen, savings accounts are shitty accounts unless you invest in a high yield savings account. I got those too. But your basic savings account for overdraft protection, first stop doing, you should cut off all overdraft. Don't spend more money. It's better to have your charge decline. Trust me, you ain't gonna like this at first. It's better to have your charge decline than you have to pay overdraft fees. Stop spending above your means. Know what you can spend before you go out. Stay at that. Put the other money to the side. Go ahead and save that and invest that if that's what you want to try. Whether you do, you can start with high yield savings account. Some of them will allow you to start with as little as $10. You can go to some of these stocks. As Mo told you, all your stocks don't cost $100. And understand this about a lot of stocks. The more stock costs, the safer it is. But the lower the yield is going to be because it's here. That's pretty much, it's going to stay steady. You got to invest a lot of money to get it. But as you're saying, you get some of these startups, you look at them, find out what they are. Go taste these burgers. If they taste good, go and invest a little something in it. It may be on the rise because some people are getting tired of processed foods. I think McDonald's is going to start coming down as we become a healthier nation. But hey, I don't know. Like I say, this is a lot of projections. But sometimes you just got to invest in something different. I invested in a couple of gas companies. I invested in drone, people who make drones. I invested in artificial intelligence because to me, that's where I see things going. And I got some companies because I subscribe to a couple of newsletters where they tell you about some of these companies who got low prices. And to me, a low price is anything under $25. That's in my mind. So I know I got $200 to play with. I see one. I do, as Mo said, I do a little research on it, see who some of their contractors are. If they say they got a contract with the government and I can get it for less than $25, I want as many of them as I can afford my $200 that week. So if that means I can get 9, I'm getting 9. Because if they got a contract with the government, they're gonna get paid. They on the upswing. That's how I look at it. But this is why you need to get in his group so you can talk with other people and you can get into that. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just going to add. So DVP said something important, and I want to really drive that home, and that is, so he told you like one of the process he's using is he's using that roundup process where he just round up and he deposit that money into his stock account, and he'll use that to invest. And I'm gonna tell you, I got to drive this home because the research shows that Black people invest less than every other nationality, less than everyone. And I think a big part of that is because we believe that you have to buy stock. Stock is expensive and you have to buy it in batches, but you don't, because DVP just told you one way to do it, which is the roundup process, right? The change, right? It's the same thing. It's like if you want to just commit yourself to $1, I'll make it up, $1 a week, maybe $10 a week, and you want to put that into your stock brokerage, you can invest that money. You can buy stock with $5. You could buy stock for $1. You could buy, if you can find one for $1, but you can buy stock for $5 to $10. You can buy that. And you don't have to wait till you have like $1,000 and then, because this is something I thought. So what I'm telling you guys is the mistakes I made in the past, and the thoughts I had in the past. Nobody showed me this. I'm self-trained. I never took a class, never had help. Not something to brag about because I would have been further ahead if I had. But I'm just telling you that this is some of the things that I thought about that held me back. And I could have been more successful. Perhaps I could have been more successful than where I am today. But I just want to tell you, you don't have to have a ton of money to invest. It sounds like it's an intimidating word when you say invest, right? But I know some of y'all probably got CDs, right? You ain't scared to put your money in the bank. Let a bank hold your money and buy a CD. Well, trust in yourself, because when you're doing investing, you're the one that is making the decision of where the money goes. The only difference between you and the bank is when you get your money to the bank, you invest your money in the bank in a CD, the bank decides where your money goes and how it'll grow. The bank decides that. It makes that decision. But what I'm telling you to do is you can make that decision. You can take your own money and invest it and figure out how you want to chop your money up, where you want to allot your money and let it grow. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. You can start off with, like DVP said, I would buy, if it was me and I was starting today, I probably would buy 10 stocks, $10 each. 10 stocks, $10 each. That's $100, right? Just to start getting my feet wet, just to feel it out, just to see how this thing works, right? I don't think $100 is going to make or break anybody, but if it does, if it will, what I'm gonna tell you, join my group, because I got some free programs that'll help you get started for nothing. You know,
let me put this in there again. I got it, but tell me what the name of it is right quick.
Or put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the page.
I'll put it in the chat so you can see it.
But yeah, don't be scared to learn something. And even if you don't learn anything, don't be afraid to join different groups to see what people are talking about. Like I said, go on and get your feet wet. I'm not telling you to invest $1,000. Like he said, he got $100 he can play with. If you want to invest 101 stock, that's fine. But I would do what he doing. I would invest in 10 different stocks at a minimum, just to get my feet wet and see how it's going. Because that's what I did. And I started looking at them. The ones that start going down quick, hey, like a true punk, I got out of them. But understand this. When you get out of the ones that are going down, you instantly lose money because you're not going to get your $10 back. So you know what I learned? Not to jump out of them so quick. Because I'm losing money on my own. So let's see if it's going to have a rebound. Let's just see if it's going to, because remember, I done already said I could lose $100. So I got one that's gaining, which is theoretically, if I'm going to get out, that's the one to get out of because I done made my money back. But you know, you got to take your time and learn the process. And it's okay, but you have to learn the process first. And then you go from there.
Yeah,
it's like I say, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not.
So, and then look at this data point. I can't stress this data point enough, but I know people have questions, but reach out, ask questions, man. I probably could answer them for you for the most part, because I've been doing this. I've been investing for like over 20 years now. So I'm sure I can answer your questions. But the thing is, you know, you gotta, the one thing I always ask myself, and wish somebody would have asked me this before I started investing, was giving me the data. You know, I know how much the percentage that Black and Hispanics invest, and I know the percentage that white people invest. White people invest like 70 something percent. Black and Hispanics invest like 10, 11%. So you got to ask yourself a question. If it wasn't a good thing to do, would 70 something percent of white folks be doing it? And it's not because they got a whole lot of money. You don't have to worry about that. It's because it makes money.
And that's what it's all about. This is how you can start doing some things. This is how you can, I mean, a lot of us work and we have a lot of money go through our hands while we're doing things that have no long-term or even beneficial, true benefits. If you work just to pay bills, you're going to hate everything you do. When you can work and do something with it, take that cruise. You know, and I tell people from my thing, and I was telling this is one of the reasons I wanted to work with Mo. I invest. I've opened some high yield savings account that did 4.5%. I invest in them. These also become my travel accounts. As they're getting money, I know the 4.5 is guaranteed. That's my safety net. A year later, I got this, I got that. Now I'm taking myself on a cruise. As I open bank accounts, all my bank accounts, they start having purposes. So this is how I kept myself from getting in debt. I got a car. I know eventually all cars gonna break down. I start putting $25 in a car account. So when it's time to buy tires, I go to the account. You shouldn't need tires every 3 weeks. When it's time for a tune-up, I go to my car account. I use that car. It doesn't come out of my money. It comes out of something I've already been saving for. So there is no hardship that I haven't pre-planned for. You know you got a car. You know you got a car. If you know you want to take a cruise, open up an account and start funding it. If you really want to lose weight, ladies and gentlemen, open up a high-yield savings account. When you reach your mark and you lose your weight, buy yourself some new clothes because you're going to need them. Because when you lose weight, you're going to need new clothes. But you ain't thought about that part. So now you done lost weight, you're looking good, but you're still wearing last year's clothes that's 2 sizes too big. But you got to start figuring out ways to make it work for you. Nobody can do that work for you. You got to do it for yourself. But you got to start somewhere. Like I said, I did mine with Cash App. A lot of y'all got Cash App. It's just right there. It was easy to do. I do my investing. Like I said, I look at most of, but the way my accounts are set up, I do mine through Charles Schwab. As long as I know what I'm doing, I can buy my own stock and sell them. I don't need somebody else. Once I get a little bit more into it, I'm gonna probably get me a professional. But right now, I'm just dibbling and dabbling. What do you think about hiring a professional, Mo?
So 2 things. Hopefully, I don't forget this. You remember what you just asked me. I got to say this first, then I'm gonna answer your question, DVP. But think about this. I need you to think about this. So first of all, I changed my ID to the group name. So look right there. You can see the group name. It's Black Money and Finance. That's the group. That way everybody can see it. And then the second thing is, you as a human, just as a human, you only can work 8 to 16 hours a day. If that, that's doing a double. If you do a double, you're doing your 16 hours, right? Think about this with stocks. Your money is working 24 hours a day. Because guess what? If you invest in long haul transport, y'all know the trucks are driving all through the night. That's your money at work. 24 hours a day versus 8 to 16 hours a day makes a difference. Okay, DVP, I already forgot your question. What was it again? Oh, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Oh man, we in trouble.
How do you feel about hiring stockbrokers?
I'm having it. Somebody with no memory. Remember, for me, and I ain't got no memory. Oh man. Okay, no.
How do you feel about hiring a stockbroker?
Okay, so look, this is what I think. Even though I teach stocks and I can educate people on stocks, I have a stockbroker myself. And the reason that I have a stockbroker myself is because they have knowledge and access to certain things that, as individuals, if you don't have like a PhD in stocks, you are never gonna understand what they're doing. So, and they invest in these things called indexes, which are like a bunch of companies wrapped into one ball. And depending on how all the companies do, if all the companies collectively end up with a gain, then you gain. If all the companies collectively end up with a loss, then you end up with a loss. But the chances of that is low because that they choose companies from all different levels. And so I have a broker for the fact that they have analysis. They have like computers that analyze stocks, right? If you ask them, you say, go back. So like 5 years ago, how was this stock doing? And based on that, today, what would it look like? They could do analysis like that on a computer to do that. I can't do that in my head. It's impossible for me to do it. But that's why you got a broker. You got a broker because they have a track record of taking your money. Especially, you need one, especially when you get to like closer to retirement age. Like me and DVP's age, you got to have a broker. You got to have a broker. I'm serious, man. You got to have a broker. Take some of your money, like what we doing, right? We got our own personal money that we invest, but in addition to that, have a broker taking some of your money and doing something over there. You know what I mean? So now you doubly covered. First of all, you diversified. You got some of your money, you diversified, and then you giving some of your money to your broker who's going to diversify it and do stuff with it that you don't even know how to do. So now you got 2 channels of possible incomes that you could be getting. And the thing is with the brokers, this is the last thing I'm gonna say because I could talk about this all night. I don't want to take up all the time, but with the brokers, the good thing with the brokers is if you look for one that only gets paid on your gain, okay? And that what that means is if they invest your money and you make money, they make money. If they invest your money and you don't make money, they don't take any money. So you know they're gonna work to their best ability to make you money. Otherwise, they ain't getting paid. And that's the kind of broker I have set up, because I want them, and it's almost like a personal challenge to them to say, listen, man, if I want to get paid, I'm gonna make this person some money. So do that. But I'll talk your ear off, man, if y'all messing with me with this stock stuff, man, because I ain't playing. All right, DVP, back to you, man.
Hey man, but then I tell you, I want you to have a segment about your thing because this is what you know. So I can ask questions. I want to be the co-host and let you educate the people. That's why I say, hey man, we're gonna start at 7:15. It's yours. So, okay. And that's why I want people. You know, people keep asking me. Like I said, I can tell you what I'm doing, but I can't speak intelligent enough to lead people about stocks. Other than, you know, it's like swimming. You got to go in and jump in the water. Like I said, it's like a relationship. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but you're gonna keep playing the game. And right now, I'm doing pretty good. But do the research. Look and see what's in your area. What look and see what's going on in the world. You know, what's worth investing in. Like I say, with everything that happened in California, with all these storms. Hey, building material ain't a bad investment. So whether you want to try to invest in lumber or you want to go for the bigger route and pick Home Depot on those because you know a lot of contractors go there. Do your research. The raw the material, the bigger the gain. Home Depot and Lowe's are going to be great, but whoever they're getting their money from, if you can find out who they're getting their money from, it's probably a better investment in that company. But that requires a lot of research. And unfortunately, most of us don't have that kind of time or energy to do that. So, again, like I said, I get newsletters. So once they told me who had government contracts and they start giving me them 3 signals, you know, this company, because most of the real companies you ain't going to never hear of. You're going to hear about the Home Depot and all the famous stuff. But who supplies them? Because Home Depot don't make their own stuff. Lowe's don't make their own stuff. McDonald's don't make their own stuff. If you find out who McDonald's get their supplies from, like she was talking about these trucks, it ain't a bad idea. Somebody told me, and I wish I would have done it, to invest in companies that make refrigerated trucks.
Yeah.
That's like, well, shit, you know. And if you had that when COVID hit, you came up like a champ because everybody needed refrigerated units. It's the same, you know, and these are the things that, like I said, as you start paying attention, because you're going to miss out on a couple because you're wondering. And then when you play the what if game, if I'd invested this would have happened. So you go on and just stick your foot in the water.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, don't do the what if game. Don't do that. You know, listen, I'd rather lose $50 than to say what if.
No, I mean, what if it's like if I would invest in this instead of being scared, this is where I could be. So
that's
I need them to get over their fear of investing. Like I said, some you're gonna win, some you're gonna lose. But as I say, you can't win if you don't play.
Exactly.
You can't win. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I'm gonna tell you, this probably ain't for you. You need to become a little bit more stable. Your dreams, most of our dreams are for the future. So as you're dreaming for this future that you want, go ahead and build an income, build a legacy. Do what you got to do to make it happen so that you can do these investments. But if you live from paycheck to paycheck, you'll never be able to get to this. So swallow your pride, put your ego in check, get your second job. Even if you have to clean up at this club you're singing at, get you another source of income and let that fund whatever you're doing. Hell, I done took jobs just to fund some of my investments. Cause man, I want to invest in this, but the way my budget's set up, I ain't. So you know what? Let me go do this job for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, and you know, the thing is, let me say this is that you know, when you while you're working, you know, when you invest, you know, you don't have to put all your money into your investments. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you can start with a little, feel it out, go from there. You know, but they have. Let me just tell you this: they have curves. Okay, and I hate to do the what ifs, but sometimes you got to do that just to say, man, I had no idea, but they got the curve check this out, y'all. Go research this, please. They got the curve that shows you if you would have invested, I'm gonna make it up, say like $5 in Apple or Tesla stock when it first came out. They got the what ifs where they could show you how much you would have had today. And it's frightening when you see the numbers. You're just like, man, I wish I would have had, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. But we don't have to do wish right now because I told you we're on the forefront of technology. All the technology is changing. Get in on the technology front. You gotta do that, y'all. Y'all see these like DVP was telling you, self-driving cars are where he's at, there where I'm at. I pulled up. I was driving down the street. I pull up right next to it. Ain't nobody in the damn driver's seat. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But that's what's coming. It's coming. And robotics. People are getting like arms and legs. I seen one of those commercials. It's that futuristic stuff we've been making movies about for the last 40 years. We headed that direction.
Yeah, we're gonna have some Jetson shit going on in a minute. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, hit him up. Like I said, go join the group. Send us messages. I'll do shows based on what you guys keep asking me about. I ain't gonna keep doing the same show because I try to make sure that sometimes I gotta redo the title so y'all know where to go back to. Because I appreciate those y'all who reached out to me and have watched old shows and asked me questions. But like I say, we're here. We're gonna have a little fun. But I wanna educate you some kind of way. This ain't just about foolishness and fuckery. We're gonna have some subjects. Sometimes they're near and dear to me. Sometimes they're near and dear to my cause. That's why I told Mo, I want you to have a thing that you can do. I want to just sit back and I still want to be educated while y'all get educated, because this is the whole process. And this is what we do.
And let me say this last DVP, because this one I gotta stress, man. I'm gonna say this every single time you give me the mic and say talk about stocks. Do your kids a favor. They can start investing now. They don't have to wait until, I would say probably 11 years old or older. Get them what's called a custodial account. You could be the primary on it. You have to be the primary on it. And let them start saving now. By the time they get 18, trust me, you're going to be saving so much money for college if you want to send them to college, or they're going to have a nice nest egg to start off with that you're going to be able to just say, man, I'm so glad I did that. But get your kids involved. You get involved. You know what I mean? I personally was angry. I'm angry of the fact that I didn't start investing until I was in my 30s. I'm upset about that because I was like, why wasn't somebody there to tell me about this? And I want to be the guy to inform you and tell you about it because I feel like I missed out. If I would have done this earlier, I know how much I made just doing it, even though I found out about it late. So I can only imagine, how much benefits I would have had if I would have found out about it earlier. So I'm not here to sell snake oil. So if you believe it, fine. If you don't, reach out to me. I'll talk to you and give you let you know what it's all about. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if it is, I'm open to be. I'm retired. I got plenty of time. I'm open to help you figure out what you need to know. And like I said, I do this for the people, man. I do this for I'm angry because nobody helped me. That's what motivates me and drives me to do it for free for Black folks.
And we here to help you navigate some things. I mean, we regular people. We ain't inherited millions of dollars from nobody. So we give you the best we got. Like I said, I worked a job, something that we don't talk about. I started my job at the sheriff's department at 22. I worked 22 years. We don't talk enough about having a steady job and retiring and the benefits of that. So since the age of 44, had I known some of the stuff Mo telling me now, at 60, I would be super set. I'm good, but I would be super set had I started this earlier. Had somebody told me how to invest some of my money while I was making a ton of money. I didn't get that. I was taught how to spend money. I wasn't taught how to save money. I knew how to make money. I just didn't know what to do with the money I was making. So we're trying to educate, as he say, so y'all don't go through the things that we went through. Cut out some of the middleman. We giving this to you. We ain't charging you some of the stuff he gonna give you is professional advice just from his experiences. Don't pass this up by saying, "Oh, I always hear people say, why should I trust somebody who ain't this?" Well, in order to be rich, you got to start somewhere. Like I say, very few of the real rich people start off with a true inheritance. A lot of them, if you look at the Zuckerberg, they didn't come from money. They happen to get lucky on something, but they were working and all this stuff started happening. Everybody wasn't like Trump. So, and so that's that. It's 7:55. Give us some parting words, Mo.
Oh man, let me see what I can say here. Yeah, so we it's 2025, y'all. I can't let you procrastinate anymore. No more excuses, man. Let's go ahead and let's make some changes. Look, that's the thing. Like even if we want to drive it back to politics, nothing changed in politics. Everything's still status quo, right? So what I'm trying to tell you to do is let's make some changes. Go ahead and take some risk. If you're scared about investing, be scared, right? I know, DVP told me, he been scared about stuff, but he pushed through it, man. And that's what we're gonna do. Be scared. It's okay to be scared, but just know that you're giving it your best shot, and it's okay, because I try to do the research to figure out why Black people don't invest, and a lot of it is because of fear. Let's get by the fear, folks. Let's get by it.
And I would say a lot of it, more so than fear, is ignorance. Nobody's told us, so we don't know, because we don't talk about these things. We talk about reality shows, we talk about gambling, we talk about taxes, but we don't talk in reality about money. We don't talk about how to do these things, and that's the sucky part.
Yep, it don't come up.
That's what we got to do a better job of.
Yeah, it don't come up.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, it don't come up at the dinner table. It don't. It's. I could tell you, just in my lifetime, I never had a conversation about money at all. None. How about you, DVP?
Pits and pennies in the bathroom and gambling shit, but never anything legitimate.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And so we got to move beyond that.
Yep.
Like I say, start with a little something. Start with a little something. Start with $50 a month. You figure out how you want to do it. $50 a month. $50 a month is a little bit more than $10 a week. It's a little bit more than $10 a week. $12.50, if I'm not mistaken. It's $12.50 a week. So make your lunch one day and use that lunch money that you would spend at work on something else.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to change your whole lifestyle to get in the game. And if you want to excel at the game, it's gonna call for you to change your lifestyle. But just go on and start. Don't nobody wake up and join the varsity. Michael Jordan got cut before he became Michael Jordan.
No question.
You gotta put in the work. All right. So it's 7:57. I'm about to get up out of here so Mo can go back to doing his thing. We're gonna be back. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I'll be here next week. I ain't sure because I know I'm being in California for 2 weeks. I'm gonna see what's going on with Phil. And you know what we may have to do, and I've been looking at this. Mo, I just learned we can do a show and play it for later. So I'm gonna hit you up to see if we want to do some
pre-recorded.
Do some pre-recorded shows. The only thing I don't like pre-recorded shows because I like when people can ask us questions and interact with us. So I'm gonna see. Because again, I may see if I can find somebody else who can co-host so y'all can still talk about things. Because I think part of the charm of this show is people like talking to us and being able to ask us questions and relate to us. So I'm gonna see what Roy got going on. I'm gonna see what Phil got going on and see what we can do. But I think I'll be here this Wednesday. I think I don't leave for Thursday. All right. I'm gonna check and I'll let you know so we know what we're gonna do. All right, so y'all know what it is. I had fun. I'm glad y'all, for those of y'all who came, could come in and, chit chat with us. For those of y'all who watching the show later and on YouTube, it's crazy. I got some comments from people on YouTube, and I was like, wow, I forgot it shows on YouTube. But people have inboxed me about stuff. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make this worth doing. Because sometimes I'm really tired, and I think don't nobody give a shit. But when somebody inbox me or I see people and they say something about a show, I just think it's so hilarious. I was like, why you ain't say nothing? It was like, oh, I was just watching in the cut. You're doing us a disservice. We need for you to talk to us and speak to us. Let us know let us know in real time that we matter.
And I let y'all know, just to add to what DVP saying, man, that right there, that's the battery in the back. You know, when we know we making a difference, that's probably why DVP went into the police department, because you make a huge difference there. But for this show, when you're making a difference, that's the battery in the back, man. I show up every day, 24 hours a week, man, to make a difference. So that's me though. That's who I am.
And this is what we do. We don't just talk about it and talk in code. We put it up there for you. What you do is, I know we're not popular, so some of y'all don't like us because we ain't got a herd thing going on. But hey, stay focused, and I'm gonna get up out of here. So y'all know what it is, right? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.